welcome back to the channel. I am so glad that you guys are here. We're going to be flipping through this sketchbook that I have finished. I have been getting some really great comments lately and I'm so thankful. Like, you guys have been telling me how much you appreciate all the time that I spend working on the videos. It just has meant a lot. All right guys, here's the deal. I have never, ever finished a sketchbook in this short of amount of time. Did I say that right? I have like 5 to 10 years worth of sketches like in one sketchbook often. I completed this sketchbook in, oh boy, I need to count. I completed this sketchbook from February 2019 to October 2019. Less than a year. That is crazy for me. I can't wait to show you the last page because I had a neat idea for the end of my sketchbook, but we'll save that for later. I feel really proud of these paintings. So let's get to flipping through the sketchbook together. The very first page, which I won't actually show you because it has personal information. The first page, I always do like I have just started in my nicer sketchbooks that mean a lot to me, and I would be devastated if I lost them. I always do an if found page where I put my personal information, my address, phone number, in case this sucker gets lost, then hopefully some really nice person will find it and call me or mail it back to me. I even thought about my last one putting like small reward if found, but I don't know what kind of reward that would be, so I'm not gonna put that, but there would be a big thank you. I like to do, on that first page, I like to do a swatch page, like a color swatch page. I don't worry about it too much, and it ends up being just a fun, kind of representative me, not real like meticulous about things. The next page, I had just gotten some of these color pencils and I picked 2 different colors because I didn't want to get too color crazy. Filled up the page with things about birds. I was reading some of the books that I was using as reference, and some of the words were kind of funny, like rump and mustache and wing bars. The second page, this is actually gouache, then used my colored pencils to make some notes. Then the next 2 pages are paintings of my house, and as you know, I love to just sit out in the yard on a really pretty day and just take a few minutes and plop down, out in the field and paint the house. I'm really finding that these are becoming special to me because there's like trees that are dying and falling over that we're not gonna have anymore. And for me, those things are like special. And even like, you've seen some of my sketches. So in the second one, no, in these I didn't have it, but I usually will put, we've got this little yellow rake that we use for poop cleanup for Cooper's poop out in the yard. And I love the color and the shape of it. It's just a bright little fun color. So I will often put those in my paintings. Because when he's dead one day, that will be like a sweet little memory to me. The next one is just another gouache painting of some flowers. This is a painting from another painting of mine. I've done a series of paintings from an original watercolor, and I've done it in probably every medium that I've ever used. The next one is one of my favorites from the sketchbook with this pink background. This is my flash paint here. I do love painting birds. The next one is another bird painting. This seems to be a favorite when people are flipping through my sketchbooks. They seem to really love this one. I filled it with birds and bugs and tried to incorporate some greenery into it. Then the next one's just another flash painting of flowers. I did not like this one at first. It's starting to grow on me. I'm starting to like it a little more. The next several are from a workshop that I went to. I'll link a video here of the Nancy Gruskin workshop that I went to, and I didn't take my oil paints. I decided to just work in the sketchbook with my flash paint. So these are exercises. I'm so glad that I recorded them all here in one place because it was such a special workshop for me and I loved it so much. If they look a little different from my normal style, that's why, because we were doing exercises. Then this next page here, I finished up one of my exercises early one day and I had like 10 minutes, maybe even just like 5 minutes. And there's this one area in the studio that we were having the workshop in that I loved. It was filled with these neon pink pillows and a lampshade and the teal table. So I just captured it super fast and I love it. Next one, another bird scene. This is another one people tend to really like, and I do not like this page at all. I think one, because I'm not a big fan of blue, and for some reason I decided to do a blue background. It's a little crowded and busy for my taste. Obviously a lot of other people like crowded and busy because they do seem to like this. Maybe they just like it because it's so different from my other ones. But there it is, all in its crowded glory. The next one, I was still inspired by the Nancy Gruskin workshop and did it a little in that style from the workshop. Then the next one, this is probably one of my least favorite pages in the whole sketchbook, and it's not going to show up very great on the video because it's light colors. My next one is another bird one with a bright, fun green background. The next one's also one of those other colored pencils. The next one, still in that Nancy Gruskin inspired theme, just trying to play with flat colors, not worrying about form. I enjoyed this one. That was a fun one. The next couple, the next two are from camping trips, where I would just kind of raid the refrigerator and the pantry, set up a bunch of stuff on tables, and just paint and enjoy the beautiful weather. I'll link some videos here. Okay, the next one's a special one for me. I love this page and it has a lot of memories in it. I've done a video where I talk more about this painting, and I'll link it above also. It's from a museum visit with Frida and her clothing, and painting these and talking about pattern. The next couple, so I've got several in here. Yeah, the next I think 4 are all from my African Women and Children series. If you've been around at all, you know that I've been painting this series from like the get-go. When I first started painting, I did a watercolor painting from a friend's photo who was a missionary in Africa, and I've been painting this series ever since. And then this is where I first started thinking about this series, crowding a lot of people in, and I wanted to play around with it in my sketchbook. The second one is my favorite one, and I actually ended up ruining it because I wanted to save it, and so I tried to spray varnish. I don't know why I would try spray varnish. I've never had luck with spray varnishes, and I should have just left it. So it's a little speckly, and I'm kind of sad that I ruined it. The third one and the fourth one are also from that series that I mentioned just a few minutes ago, from the pattern making series. I approached these two paintings totally different. I painted the background first, and then used this weird pattern that I had made and cut in the people, and used those patterns for their clothing and headdress and things like that. You can watch the video to see about that, and they were a lot of fun to make. The next one is a painting I did of an artist that I love, Mary Fedden. She's passed away now, but this is of her house, and I've done several paintings just for myself of her house. I do love painting interiors. Pictures that I have of her house, she has a lot of her paintings up, so I get to do like these little miniatures of her paintings too, which are always so fun. And she always has, as most artists do, we have like random weird stuff on shelves all over the place, fun things, and hers is no different. So like on this piece of furniture, there were interesting shapes and colors up there, and in the photo you can't really tell exactly what it is, so that's always fun. Next one is one that I don't know really what I was thinking, because I know oil pastels don't dry, and I think sometimes I use them in my sketchbooks and just hope that maybe they'll work out, and they don't, because they never dry, so then they smudge over, you know, the pages when you close it. It's terrible. I liked this one before it got all smudgy. Then the next one is a painting I've been wanting to do for a while of my sister's family. I wanted to paint them loosely. I'm sure if they see this in person, they probably think that doesn't look like us. Well, one, I just don't do figures very much, even though I did a lot of figures in the sketchbook. And next, several are more line drawing. So I did this first one like a coffee shop with colored pencils. I'm definitely finding out that I don't love colored pencils. I want to love them, but I don't. So what I was doing in these next several, I wanted to warm up and get a little more confident, so when I would go to a restaurant or a coffee shop and people were actually moving, I would have some practice in that before I got to the people moving and having to sketch really quick. So I would pull up photos of people either like coffee shops, and I tried to do them very quick. This yellow one, oh, I liked this so much better before I added the colored pencil to it. Here we go, this colored pencil theme. It was such a better sketch of an interior, and then I ruined it with the yellow. But everybody that has looked at this really liked the yellow, so there you go. Sometimes I just don't really know. I'm not a very good judge of my own work. That's not a breaking news to anybody, or anybody that knows me. This next one is of Mary Fedden in her house again. Then this is another flash paint. I set up a quick still life. We have some more of the marker, another still life with my marker. Okay, then here we come to my weird kind of, what did I call this? Fantasy? I don't know. Was it my last video? I think I shared a little about this. Yes, in my last video. I'll link it right here, wherever. So this next one is one of those where I pulled up a video. There's this video on YouTube. This lady does like what people are wearing in New York, and she interviews these people, but in the background there's all this city scene and people just walking around. So I'll pause it and just sketch the people in the background because I can't see a lot of detail. I'm just seeing their shapes, their body movements, trying to get some movement in my people and trying to do it fast. So that way when I go out in real public, I've built some confidence up and some practice. So maybe you would like to try that too. Good little tip, hint, hint. And then this other one here is actually me doing what I had been practicing. We were on a camping trip and we had a little bit of time to kill before we were going to something. And I just sketched what was out my window. I sketched like what I could see all through here, just shoved it all in into one sketch. There's not a lot of people in here because it started raining, and instead of sketching people when it wasn't raining, I was sketching all the other stuff that was still gonna be there when it was raining. But live and learn, and I have sweet memory of sitting there in the camper with my man and enjoying the sound of rain on our camper and just observing what was around me. This next one was at a retreat we were at, sketching friends of mine at the retreat, trying to not look like I was looking at them and sketching. But again, this was more real life of what I'd been practicing, and I had some confidence, even though this was people I knew, and I was the whole time like sweating and feeling like, oh no, are y'all gonna come over and ask to look at my sketchbook, which some of them did, and I sweat. You know, I get all like nervous when people look through my sketchbook. And they're always so encouraging, so I don't know why I get all sweaty, but I do get nervous. Then I did another wash of my African women and children, and then another wash of just an old lady at a coffee shop. And then here's what I was thinking about for doing for the very end of the sketchbook. I had the idea, which I didn't do this first idea. I had to like change it a little because it was a little too much. But I was gonna do little versions of each painting in the sketchbook. Can I just mention too, I have never been a double spread kind of person. I'm usually like paint on just one side. And this changed me. I love this double spread, and I always had spiral bound sketchbooks. Almost all my sketchbooks are spiral bound. This was the first time I tried like a flat page double spread, and I love it. It was a game changer for me. Back to the last one. So I was going to do little versions of every painting in here. And then I thought maybe I should count up how many paintings that's going to be, because that sounds like a lot. And I don't even know really why I want to do that. I just thought it'd be kind of fun to categorize it. You know what I mean? It was just a thought, an idea, which was not a good idea. So I counted up, there are 45 paintings in this sketchbook. And I was thinking that will take me for forever, which I don't know why I feel rushed about it. Okay, let's talk about that for just a second. Something about, for me, when I get towards the end of a sketchbook, I'm so ready to finish it up. I don't know why that is. Maybe because I don't have a lot of sketchbooks that I've finished, so it feels monumental. That's probably what it is. So my last couple paintings I didn't really like, because I felt like, oh, I just want to get it done. Then I definitely didn't want to paint 45 small paintings that was going to make me forever in this sketchbook, because I'm ready to get onto a new one. There's something very exciting for me about opening a new sketchbook. Very exciting. Then I was like, oh, I should count up what else is in here. So what I did was like a recap page on the back page, and it turned out, okay, so it's not as cute as I would have liked, as I envisioned, because I didn't really think about how I wanted to like lay it out. I just did it, which is a little bit how I am with life. So I categorized how many of what subjects I did. If you had asked me what is mainly in this sketchbook, I would have said still life, because I feel like that's what I mainly paint. But I had 17 figure paintings in here and drawings. That surprised me. And then I wrote a little about what I liked about the sketchbooks, paintings that I liked, things I didn't like. Then I also did a few, because I really liked the idea of doing little miniature paintings. I did 5 little miniatures of some of my favorite paintings in the sketchbook. I'm gonna totally do that again, because this was so fun, and I loved kind of just thinking back and analyzing the sketchbook a little. So maybe something you want to think about with your sketchbook, like maybe your fancier, nicer, more serious sketchbook. So that is that. And I have to say, I am pretty doggone proud of myself for finishing this in, let me see if I can count, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October. 9 months? I did a full sketchbook in 9 months. Wow. Yay for me. I was not even gonna start my next one until I did this video and finished this. You know, like this felt like the final whatever. My biggest hope is not just that you guys, my camera keeps dying on me. I don't know what footage I lost. I'm hoping that some of the tips through it, like I would love for you to be inspired and want to go paint yourself or get some new ideas. That is like one of my things in these videos. I hope that it gets you motivated, encouraged to go wet a brush or get your color pencils out. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate it. I am always like blown away when people, you know, tell me how much they're enjoying the videos, that they're even watching the videos. I thank you guys because I love making these and I have a lot of fun with it, and I love reading your comments and sharing my, you know, little bits of my artist life with you guys. I mean, that is what the title of this channel is. I will see you guys back shortly.